Hi guys, good evening. So welcome back to another episode ng HBTV or Hardwood Basketball TV. So yan ang ating Hardwood headlines. As we can see, we have the Wizards, the Mavs, the Golden State Warriors, the Nuggets, Grizzlies, all picking up key victories down the stretch, and lahat ng games and results will be checking them in later. So ating first headline, we have the Washington Wizards securing a play-in appearance after the win versus the Cavs. So led by Russell Westbrook's triple-double, isa na namang victory for the Washington Wizards after losing two straight to the Atlanta Hawks in their previous games. And then second one, we have the Mavs clinching a playoff spot against the Raptors. So sure nang at least a top 6 finish para sa Cleveland, tuloy sa Dallas Mavericks for the end of the season. So they booked their way to the playoffs with Doncic triple-double and Porzingis 21 points. And then our third headline, we have Golden State Warriors having huge career nights, both from Jordan Poole and kay Michael Mulder, who had 38 and 28 respectively to lead Golden State against the Pelicans 125 to 122, where the Warrior starters were rested, unable to face off with Memphis, final game nila for the season for the number 8 seed. And then final headline natin, we have Denver Nuggets led by Nikola Jokic with another triple-double to be able to climb up to number 3 again and to solidify itong kanyang bid for the MVP race. Yan, so our first video will be having the Washington Wizards taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. So panoorin natin yan.
Okay, so para sa ating unang laro sa gabing ito, we have the Washington Wizards going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Konting team stats lang, the Washington Wizards are currently first in free throws, samantalang ang Cleveland naman ay 9th in offensive rebounds. Okay, so tingnan natin itong laro. Nice pass! What a dunk by Alex Len! Grabe. Malaki kasi yun eh. Over Jared Allen. Grabe. Tsaka sino isa? Colin Sexton.
Dinakdakan niya yung shot blocker na si Allen.
Oo nga eh. Pero babawi si Jared Allen with a smooth hook shot. Grabe.
The throw.
Colin Sexton doing what he does best. Grabe.
Colin Sexton. What a drive. Grabe naman. Colin Sexton averaging 24 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists this season. Grabe si Russell.
Hachimura pala.
Hachimura
What a dunk by Hachimura.
Diretso, kaliwang kamay ah.
The Japanese player.
Eastbrook, grabe yung pump.
Veteran move coming from Russell Westbrook. Grabe.
That
21,
palitan
30,
niya na yung
and 17 para kay Russell Westbrook.
Palitan niya na yung apelido niyang Eastbrook. Nasa East naman na siya.
Oo nga, nasa East na kasi siya. Magaling mo dun, Lex, ha? As Hachimura converts on the end one. Grabe. Ito si Hachimura talaga napaka-solid na player nito eh. Dami nagsasabi dati magiging bust, pero kita niyo naman. Ooh!
What
a
a love.
pass by Osman. Colin Sexton.
Russell Westbrook. Jump shot. Grabe.
Patented.
Off the glass.
Yun talaga yung galaw niya, yung hook shot. Ay, hook shot, yung bank shot.
In honor of Tim Duncan, who was inducted to the Hall of Fame, kasama ni Kobe Bryant, and of course, Kevin Garnett.
Mr. Fundamental. Team Duncan.
As the Wizards take the win over the Cavaliers, 120 to 105. Para sa ating game stats. Okay, para sa ating game stats, konting significant team stats lang. Kung titingnan natin, Washington had 5 more steals than the Cavs, and the Cavs had 7 more turnovers. So yung turnovers ng Cleveland ay dahil yan sa napakaraming steals ng Washington Wizards, and they had 9 steals compared to Cleveland who only had 4. And the Wizards also shot 31 of 37 from the free throw line, samantalang ang Cavaliers naman only shot 7 of 21. So kung titingnan niyo yung final score, nanalo ang Wizards by 15 points. So I'm pretty sure na medyo malaking factor yung free throws ng Wizards kung bakit sila nanalo. Okay, so para sa ating player of the game, we have none other than Russell Westbrook. Dapat daw Eastbrook na, guys, kasi nasa East na siya. So tawanan niyo si Lex. Nice joke. Okay, so para sa stats ni Westbrook, we have 21 points, 12 rebounds, 17 assists, and only had 1 turnover. So very efficient night para dito kay Russell Westbrook. So lagi naman siya nag-triple-double and we have no surprises naman doon. Sanay naman na tayo makita ng triple-double from him. Okay, so for our game results naman, before we go to the second video. Okay, so for our first game, kakadiscuss lang natin. The Cavs losing to the Wizards, 105-120. Nanalo ang Wizards by 15 points. And for our second game, we have the Nuggets winning over the Detroit Pistons, 104-91. So no surprises here. Jokic doing what he does best, 20 points, 15 rebounds, and 11 assists. And kung hindi nyo kilala yung dalawang players na nasa Denver Nuggets, si Marcus Howard and si Monte Morris, ito mga role player lang sila, pero as you can see, they step up and rose to the occasion, kaya nanalo ang Denver Nuggets. And para sa Detroit naman, hindi ko kilala itong mga players na to, but apologies for that. Kilala ko lang yung Diallo kasi parang nag-dunk contest champ ata ito.
Dunk champion siya nung nasa
OKC ba siya doon?
Rookie year niya.
Okay, so si Diallo scored 18 points and 12 rebounds. Very good stat line also, double-double para sa kanya. But still, was not enough as the Nuggets defeat the Pistons by 13 points. And for our last game, we have the Magic and the Sixers. Obviously, nanalo ang Sixers, 122-97, courtesy of kapatid ni Steph Curry, who scored 20 points to go along with 3 rebounds and shot 7 of 9 from the field. So very efficient night para dito kay Curry. And Embiid and Simmons each had 13 points. And yes, wala namang surprises dito. Syempre, the Sixers are number 1 and the Magic are, hindi ko alam kung pang ilan sila eh. Pero ang record nila is currently 21-50. So I'm pretty sure laglag na sila. Okay.
And also, Philadelphia 76ers with this victory clinches the Eastern Conference standings. So they'll be number 1, assured na sila for home court advantage all throughout the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Sa mga Sixers fans dyan, pwede na kayong magdiwang. Let's go.
For
our second game naman.
Game?
Go. For our second game, we will be looking at the game between the Raptors and the Mavericks. Okay, so for our second game, we will be watching the game between the Mavs and the Raptors. So team stats, Dallas is currently 3rd in fewest turnovers per game. Samantalang ang Toronto naman is 4th in steals. So mukhang matinding laban ito kasi it's turnovers versus steals. Okay, so to the ball game. Luka Doncic. Grabe. Naniniwala ba kayo na si Luka Doncic is the modern day Larry Bird? Or mas magaling si Doncic kay Larry Bird?
I'm not sure. Parang ang hirap ikumpara nun kasi we know that Larry Bird has proven something, naging NBA champion na rin siya, shooting champion. But Doncic parang wala pa siya sa prime niya eh. Parang ang hirap ikumpara nung
Tama yan.
Parang paano pa lang siya eh. Bulaklak, parang possible pa lang siya. Hindi pa siya dapat i-compare para sa legends kagaya ni Larry Bird for me.
Tama ka dyan. Ikaw, Joseph, ano masasabi mo?
Hindi ko kasi masyado napanood si Larry Bird eh. I mean, alam kong magaling siya, maganda stats niya, pang all around talaga. Pero ang close comparison ko kay Luka is James Harden na hindi gaano explosive yung handles.
Okay lang yan. Mukha namang hindi ka masyadong fan ni Bird. So, papatawarin kita doon. As Luka Doncic lays in, giving the Mavericks a 10-point lead. What a... Grabe!
Exclusive daw.
Partida kakabalik pa lang ni Kristaps.
Partida. Grabe. Grabe, tigit pala yung laban na to. Pina-expect Luka Doncic. Rare dunk para dito kay Luka. Usually, pag ganyan, lilay up lang niya yan. Kita mo sa mukha handang itaktak eh. Galit eh. As the Mavericks win it over the Toronto Raptors 114-110. So Luka Doncic, again, another triple-double. No surprises here naman. So para sa ating game stats. Okay, so for our game stats, Dallas had 4 more 3-pointers But Toronto had 18 more points in the paint. So kung titingnan natin, parang medyo dun sila nagkatalo ng konti. Kasi 4 3-pointers is equal to 12 points. But Toronto had 18 more points in the paint. So medyo dikit in that category. Dallas also had 8 more assists and 7 more offensive rebounds. So I think it's safe to say na in tonight's game, Dallas was just the better ball club in terms of the stats which were discussed and given. And makita rin naman natin that Dallas also shot better from 3 and the free throw line. Although mas maganda ang field goal percentage ng Toronto, it was not enough to give them the win. Okay, so for our player of the game, we have none other than Luka Magic Doncic. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, 7 of 19 from the field. And tingnan niyo si Joseph, tingnan niyo yung hawak niya. Nakita ba?
May
Pakita mo,
pang-pop
i-flex
up
mo.
ba?
I-flex mo. Ay, di pinapakita eh.
Ayaw.
Pangit daw kasi yung field goal si Luka eh, kaya ayaw. Luka Magic. Okay. So, before we move on to the third game, we will again look at some game stats for today. Okay, so for our first game in this slide, syempre nakita naman na natin to. The Mavs winning over the Raptors 114-110. Sa kabila, makita natin si Harris scored 31 points and also dished out 4 assists and shot 12 of 21 from the field. So very efficient night para dito kay Harris. And si Flynn naman, 26 points, 6 rebounds and 2 steals. Also a very impressive stat line. But obviously it was not enough. I think wala si Lowry and si
Siakam.
si Siakam. Wala
And
sila.
Van Fleet na. Mga key
wala.
players nila, wala na.
Wala
Pinagpahinga na
yung key
nila.
players. So quick question lang guys, mabilis lang, yes or no lang. Kung nandito ba yung tatlo, mananalo ba ang Mavs o hindi?
No.
No.
No, okay. Buti naman at hindi sinabi nyo. Okay, so for our second game, we have the Kings facing up against the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies won by only 1 point. 106-107. So very close game para dito. Winslow scoring 25 points and 13 rebounds. So naka-double-double siya. And also si Tillman naka-double-double rin with 16 points and 10 rebounds. Samantalang sa kabila naman, we have King who scored 27 points. Also dished out, wala pala siyang assist. But he stole the ball 3 times and he also has 2 blocks. So I think both teams here di na sila pasok sa play-in, di ba?
Play-in itong Memphis.
Memphis ba may chance pa?
Tie sila ng Golden State. So, yung game nila for Monday, that will decide kung sino yung 8th seed.
Okay. Pero itong Sacramento Kings, bawi na lang next season. I think they are still in full rebuild mode. And hindi rin naman naglaro si De'Aaron Fox sa game na to. So, medyo si Vili ko pinakawalan na to ng Kings. And for our last game, we have the Jazz facing up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Jazz win 109-93. So, grabe, tinambakan pala. As you can see, si Bogdanovic scoring 22 points and also dished out 3 assists, 18 of 16 from the field. Sa kabila naman, hindi ko masyadong kilala itong mga to, but I think they had good games as well. Mga naka-double figures. Hindi ko sila kilala, guys. Sorry. Okay, so for our third game, we will be watching the game between the Warriors and the Pelicans.
Warriors.
Warriors. For our third game, we will be watching the game between the Warriors and the Pelicans. So team stats, Golden State is first in assists and third in 3-pointers made per game. Samantalang ang New Orleans naman, first in offensive rebounds and 7th in field goal percentage. So both teams are good offensively, so let's watch it.
And actually, both
Jordan
teams resting their key players. Zion, Ingram, ball out sa game na to. Pati si Josh Hart and sa Golden State resting their starters for their Monday game. Sila Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins is out for the game.
Okay, so tingnan natin kung sino magwawagi sa larong ito na puro role players lang ang naglalaban.
Nice cut by Jordan Poole.
Nako, paano to? Sige, go.
Jordan Poole averaging 11 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists for this season. So, meron siyang 34.9% na tira sa labas.
Okay.
Uy, nice pass.
Nice pass. Sino mo nga sa Nico Man yun? Nico Man yun, yeah.
Ed Sheeran.
si Ed Sheeran.
Sabi na eh.
Ed Sheeran.
What a three.
Hindi ako
Grabe,
makapag-guess,
lucky
guys,
bounce.
kasi hindi ko kilala yung mga players na to eh. So, pagpasensyahan niyo na ako.
Kilala
Hindi ko
ko
alam
lang
kung ano
sa
sabihin
Pelicans, si Jackson Hayes.
Number
Jordan
three
Poole
with the
with the
layup.
layup. So, go ahead, bucket with 7 seconds to go.
Ooh!
What a hassle. Grabe naman yan.
Muntik pa, grabe. As the Warriors steal the win over the New Orleans Pelicans, 125-122. Grabe. So, back to our game stats. Okay, so for our game stats, the Warriors had 6 more 3-pointers, but the Pelicans had 26 more points in the paint. And also, New Orleans had 5 more rebounds, but Golden State had 8 more assists. So kung titingnan natin, even though both teams didn't have any star players, I think they put up a good show. Kita naman natin, dikit yung laban, 125-122. And I think both teams have a bright future ahead of them. Kung hindi man sila mag-playoffs this season, kung hindi man pumasok ang Warriors sa play-in, at least meron pa namang next season, di ba?
Sok yan.
So, meron ditong Golden State fan eh. So, back to for our last slide pala, our player of the game, none other than Jordan Poole.
Jordan. The joke.
Hindi ko siya kilala masyado, pero he had 38 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. Shot 12 of 22 from the field and 10 of 11 from the free throw line. So, career high itong 38 points na ito para kay Jordan Poole. So, he was able to give the win to the Warriors kahit na wala si Curry, si Wiggins, or si Draymond.
That's the third splash brother.
Siya ba yung third splash brother? Di ba si Wiggins?
Kaya naka number 3. Pangatlo daw.
May pangatlo. Okay, so for our last slide sa game results. So for the first game, we have the LA Clippers losing to the Houston Rockets. Grabe.
No Kawhi and ano yan no Kawhi and PG.
Sabihin sila lang pala yung bumubuha sa Clippers. Ay, oo nga, sila nga. Okay, so konting stats lang. Kelly Olynyk, 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists. Muntik pa mag-triple-double si White Boy. Grabe. And si Tate, naka 20 points din. Kaso meron siyang 5 turnovers. But still, okay lang. At least nanalo naman sila. And sa kabila naman, Luke Kennard, 23 points, 9 of 19 shooting. Serge Ibaka, 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. And si Rondo, 9 points and 13 assists in just 28 minutes. So I think Rondo is proving that he was a valuable pickup para dito sa Clippers. And for the last game, na-discuss na natin to, the Warriors winning over the New Orleans Pelicans. Pero hindi natin nakita yung stats ng mga players from the Pelicans. Si Alexander Walker, 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. So very impressive stat line para dito kay Alexander Walker. Ito yung pinsan ni SGA, tama ba?
Oo.
Ni Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, okay. And si Marshall naman scored 20 points and 13 rebounds. Double-double para sa kanya. And si Jackson Hayes din ay naka 19 points and 8 rebounds and shot 50% from the field. So I think both teams, yun nga, as I said kanina, have a bright future moving forward. So let's see kung sino ang magkakaroon ng mas bright na future moving forward. Okay, so for our standings, no surprises here. Ganun pa rin naman yung standings. I think ang inaabangan na lang natin is kung magpa-play-in ba ang sino ba? Ay, hindi na. Out na pala. Okay, so I think the play-in is set already.
Ang inaabangan na lang talaga
Lakers
is yung sa Portland.
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 Okay, sige. Okay, so pag nanalo ang Lakers and natalo ang Portland, magsa-7 ang Portland, magsa-6 ang Lakers. Tama ba?
2 games ng Lakers, 2 wins and then 1 loss ang Portland. Mangyari yun.
Okay. So, para sa mga Lakers fans dyan, magdasal-dasal na kayo. Kailangan manalo ng 2 ng Lakers kung gusto nila ng sure spot sa playoffs.
Yun. And kahapon iba yung situation kasi pag nag-number 6 sila, possible na Clippers ang katapat nila. Ngayon kung magna-number 6 sila, Denver. So mapapaisip ngayon ng Lakers kung ano ba talaga, gusto ba nila sa labas ng gusto ba talaga nila mag-play-in or mag-playoffs na kagad. Yan. So matinding dilemma yan.
Both threat talaga.
Pag 7th sila, makakalaban nila Phoenix. If ever na sabihin natin na nanalo sila sa play-in tapos nag-7 sila, makakalaban nila Phoenix, tama ba?
Oo.
And I think mas okay na yun ang kalabanin nila kaysa sa Denver Nuggets.
Although natalo naman nila yung Denver last year and then wala pang Murray.
Pero still, mas may experience kasi ang Denver kung ako tatanungin mo. Mas experienced ang Denver Nuggets kumpara sa Phoenix Suns. So I think mas okay na kalabanin ng Lakers ang Nuggets. Para sa akin naman. Okay. So, para sa East naman, seed 1 to 6, clinch na yan for sure. Wala namang nagbago doon. But the Celtics are currently hindi, kompleto na. Kompleto na pala yung play-in, guys. Kompleto na.
Lock in na para sa East.
Sa East.
Okay, so kailangan, kung sino yung mananalo sa Pacers versus Wizards, kakalabanin yung manatalo sa Celtics versus Hornets. Tama?
Yes.
Okay, so sa mga LaMelo Ball fans dyan, mukhang may pag-asa mag-playoffs ang inyong rookie at mapapatunayan mas magaling siya sa kuya niya. Okay, so that's good news para sa mga LaMelo Ball fans. Okay, so
how
may
about
tanong pala
yung mga Leangelo?
Sige, go Lex. Go.
Leangelo Ball fans na joke.
Wala na yun. Mukhang wala na pag-asa sa
Wala nang pag-asa pumasok sa NBA.
Okay, sige. So, before tayo lumipat sa playoff picture, actually, sige, lumipat na tayo dun, Lex. Mag-playoff picture na tayo. Next slide. So, sa tingin nyo, alin dito sa mga series na to yung most likely na magkaka-upset? So, ikaw muna, Joseph.
Sa ganitong setup, ganun pa din ako. Miami over Atlanta.
Hindi man upset yun eh.
Pero lower seed sila eh. Pero
Sa bagay.
yan.
Okay,
And then, Lakers over Phoenix pa din ako. And then,
Warriors versus Utah.
Warriors sweep over Jazz.
Warriors sweep Jazz.
Joke lang. Mga 7 games.
Okay. Wow, 7 games talaga.
So, 7 games.
Ano sa tingin mo yung most likely anong team dito yung most likely na makaka-upset sa tingin mo?
Sa tingin ko, with the Arsenal ngayon ng Portland, may chance sila sa Denver Nuggets eh. Since nadagdagan sila ng Norman Powell and maganda yung pinapakita ng superstar nila ngayon na si Damian Lillard. Pwede sila ma-upset nila yung Denver Nuggets. Samantalang doon naman sa East, I agree with kay Joseph sa Miami Heat and over Atlanta.
Okay, so ako personally, if you ask me, syempre the playoffs is a different animal. Ibang competition ng playoffs. Kahit sabihin mo na malakas ka nung regular season, or that doesn't mean na malakas ka sa playoffs. Kaya hindi rin porket mahina ka sa regular season, magiging mahina ka sa playoffs. Kaya abangan niyo yung Boston Celtics. Ngayon nasa 7 sila. Makikita-kita yung mga yan sa finals. Makikita sila sa finals kalaban ang LA Lakers. So antayin niyo yun, guys. Yun yung playoff prediction ko. Lakers versus Celtics 2021 NBA Finals. Hindi yun hot take. All facts. Facts lang yun, guys. Okay. So, yun lang sa akin. So, before we end the video, may mga pahabol ba kayong tanong?
Meron ako.
Pag-usapan? Sige, go Joseph.
Pag-usapan natin. Noah, ba't ka nakasando?
Ang init kasi, ang init eh. Tsaka gusto ko maganyan, no? Ang init kasi,
Mainit ba, kuya?
Sigurado, kahit sinong tanungin kung Pilipino, may initan din sila ngayon. Mainit talaga eh. Okay? Ikaw nga
Alam mo,
nakadoble eh.
Yun nga, itiis pogi ka eh. Ang init-init, nakadoble. Ano sabihin mo, Lex? Ano sabihin mo?
Alam niya sasabihin ni Brandon.
Sino si Brandon? Si Brandon.
Mainit ba?
Bakit ang init?
Huwag natin ituloy yan.
So, before we end, may gusto ba kayong sabihin? Apart from that, okay na ba tayo? Kasi kung okay na, magte-thank you na ako sa mga sponsors natin.
Sige, let's proceed with our sponsors.
Okay, so for our sponsors, we would like to thank Adidas. Just Do It. Thank you for sponsoring our video. Alam naman namin na mahal nyo kami kasi nag-feature kami ng mga NBA games and NBA players, and syempre may direct correlation yun. NBA, Adidas. So, thank you Adidas for sponsoring our video. So, hindi namin kakalimutan yung inyong tagline, Adidas, Just Do It.
So, triple stripe na po yung Nike.
Tama. Ikaw, Joseph, may gusto ko pasalamatan ng sponsors bago tayo magtapos?
So, papalala lang natin na this video is brought to you by Hardwood Hoops Basketball. So, sa mga gusto maglaro dyan ng basketball, pag pwede na under the IATF. So, join lang kayo sa aming Facebook group. Hardwood Hoops Basketball. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and like our Facebook page, Hardwood Basketball TV. And for more exclusive content sa mga NBA highlights, analysis, and playoffs, lahat yan, kompleto yan, i-cover ng aming team. So, guys,
Ikaw, Lex, may gusto ko bang pasalamatan ng sponsors?
Nagte-thank you ako sa Cinematic Manila for sponsoring our video, and they're continuing their financial support para lang sa aming pagdi-discuss ng basketball analytics. Yan lang. Thank you po.
sana all napapartihan.
Okay, so guys, that's it for our video. Thank you for watching, and as always, until next time.
Night,
Tatum out.
Mamba out.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Let's go.